Hey, this is Jeff Quinellis from Simple Forex System. Wanted to make a quick video here for you about a product that is starting to get some attention out there. It's been running kind of under the radar, but I've had a couple people now ask me about it, and I've taken a little bit of time, put it up, and played around with it, and I think it shows some promise. So anyway, let's get into it. It's called RenkoStreet version 2. It's been out on the market for a little while now. RenkoStreet actually has been out on the market for several months, the original version. Version 2 is more or less the same thing, except they have consolidated some of the, I'm not sure, consolidate is not the right word, but what they've done, they had an indicator that was a multi-time frame indicator covering pretty much all the pairs. You put it on a chart, covered up half the chart. It was impossible to keep track of. They've changed that now, and they have an indicator that now just tells you for the pair you're trading. You add it to your chart, and it gives you the multi-time frame reading for that. And honestly, I don't really care what the multi-time frame reading says because this is Renko, and time has no real bearing on anything. But the basis of the system is pretty simple. It's all systems are go type system. They give you three indicators. If all three indicators are telling you to sell, then you should sell. If all three are telling you to buy, then you should buy. There is a histogram. Basically, it's a green-red histogram that runs along the bottom of the chart. That gives you the trend indicator. This one does repaint a little bit, but I don't find it to be a big issue simply because if it repaints and all the other indicators are telling you to do what this indicator is telling you to do now, get in because you have have a trade. And if it changes colors and everything else is still going in the opposite direction, you're not getting in anyway because you haven't met the rules of the system yet. It's a fairly simple one. It's based on Renko, by the way. RenkoStreet is the name. That should have been your first tip off. They include a Renko generator in there. It's a very good one. It's an EA. It's really good. I think anybody that's had problem with some of the other earlier editions of Renko, you wanted to try it, but for whatever reason, software was running slow on your computer, or you just couldn't get it to work, or whatever. I mean, this one may solve your problems because it is a very good generator. Uh, the Like I said, the basis of the system is all systems are go. Look for everything to go, red or green, and if it's green, you buy. If it's red, you sell. Pretty simple. I've been using this now about a month or more, I guess. And what I did is like I said, I didn't really care what the multi-time frame thing said. In fact, I eliminated it from the first version. I quit using it. And I found a second indicator or a different indicator rather, to put up there that I find to be much better in terms of following the signals, and I'll talk about that when we get to the live trade. So in fact, let's just go ahead and switch over to the live trade now. You can see this thing in action. Okay, this is a second shot on this video. The first one I was shooting, I realized I'd made some mistakes and audio wasn't coming through, and I don't even think video was coming through. So I'm going to try this one more time. We're in a trade here, sell trade, pound dollar. We've essentially met all the requirements using this RenkoStreet version 2 program. This is the pound dollar, 5 pip boxes. At this point, we got the sell signal. I was able to get in on a retrace. It is, I didn't, when I got the signal, I held off a few seconds. That tends to happen a lot. Price always seems to move back and forth. So I actually got a very nice entry on this. Currently up about, probably about 12 pips, 11 pips, something like that. It really is this simple. You wait for price to bounce off either the upper bands or lower bands. And remember what I mentioned earlier. These are not, they're not carved in stone. Price can will move up, and if the line is at this level right here and price keeps moving up, it's just going to simply move this band up higher, but eventually price will turn around. Now what you'll notice here is that as it was moving up, it wasn't bouncing off and heading back. I mean, it was a nice move up, and it kept moving the band up. once you start getting to the point where price is bouncing and coming back and bouncing off and touching again, bouncing off. Well, now you know you're in an area where price is probably going to consolidate and reverse. So when you do get a sell signal, which in fact you got over here earlier this morning, probably around 6 o'clock or so, there was a nice little move down, about 20 pip move by the time you would have gotten in, which would have been right around here, and that's a 4 box move down. So I mean, this is not perfect by any means. The little histogram that they have here, basically it's your trend indicator. It does on occasion repaint to the back side. In other words, depending on what price action is like, when you first see the red or the histogram go from green to red, sometimes it moves backwards and suddenly you see like 2 or 3 boxes that went red instead of just the current box. And there's just certain types of price action that'll cause that to happen. Usually when it's in a very tight range, and um, you probably shouldn't be trading those to begin with. I hate trading extremely tight ranges. Um, but again, you're not relying on any one indicator. Okay, you get you're bouncing off of the tops and bottoms of the ranges here. That's one indicator you need to look for. So when you're bouncing off the top, you're looking to sell. But as long as the trend indicator says buy, you don't sell. You wait for it to say sell. But this indicator down here at the bottom is what I really want to talk to you about. This is not part of the package. This is something that I have added to it because it was an indicator that I found to be quite helpful. But at the same time, it wasn't perfect, and sometimes you're getting entries on this indicator that don't necessarily uh, go anywhere. And you're dealing with trading forex. You have such a large spread in most cases. Now, in this case, I'm using Trader's Way account. I mean, the spread on the pound dollar, which is what we're looking at here, is almost maybe a pip. So no big deal. But I mean, a lot of places out there, you're 4 or 5 pips on your spread. So as soon as you take the trade, you're upside down 4 or 5 pips. You got to go at least that far to get to break even. So if you do get a couple of head fake trades, you can very quickly go 15, 20, 25 pips in the hole before you can, the trade finally takes off and starts doing what it's supposed to. And so what I was looking for was something that would eliminate that. By adding this to uh, the Renko Street V2, I put that here in place of the indicator that tells you what the multi-time frame charts are all looking like. Um, because I'm really only looking what's going on right now. I care less what's happening on the 4-hour chart or the 30-minute chart or anything else. I want to know what's going on right now, or what to expect to happen right now. And so this tells me that it was time to sell. It was time to sell back here, but price was still moving up. So I wasn't in a big hurry to do that. But basically, we got the cross for the sell, and we got the bounce off of the kind of the range lines, if you want to call them that. And we got the trend indicator all telling sell at the same time. So like I said, I got a nice entry on this, and I'm still sitting up about 8 or 9 pips right now. So um, you can go back and I think you can go back 3 or 4 days on these setups. You can probably go in there and adjust the size or the reach of the indicators and go back a little farther. But I mean, these are very consistent. As long as the market stays um, active the way it has been, for the last couple of months anyway, I think this is going to be a very easy way for most people to pick up a few pips here and there on these trades. I mean, you don't swing for the fences. You're not necessarily going to get 100 pips on each trade, but if you're looking to get 10 or 20, this is a very nice way to go about it, and it's probably worth picking up. There's a link below the video. You can click over and see for yourself. But like I said, this indicator down here is not part of the package. This is something that I added in. So if you do happen to pick up Renko Street using my link, get in touch with me, and I can send you this indicator. You can add it to the package and use it yourself as well. So anyway, thanks for taking the time to watch the video. I know this was kind of a long one, but there's a lot going on here, so I wanted to make sure I gave it a fair amount of time to cover as much as I could. So if you got any questions, let me know, and see you in the next video. Bye-bye.